Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Accent Training Podcast, a podcast where I teach you to speak English just as confidently as you speak your first language. My name is Pat. I'm your personal American accent coach. And today we're following up with our previous episode where we discussed the sound E. We got pretty good at it too, right? Keeping your teeth close together, making tension between your tongue and your top teeth, and maximizing your release of air to project your voice as clearly as possible. E. Now, accent training doesn't happen by just knowing that a sound exists. It happens by implementing that sound in your real life, by taking some common phrases with the E sound and some common places or names and using them with focus. So let's talk about some of the places around the United States that have an E sound so that the next time you're visiting that place, or maybe if you live in this place, you'll be able to pronounce it the same way that the locals do. Starting with Tennessee. Not Tennessee. But getting that pressure between your tongue and your teeth and projecting your voice clearly. C. Tennessee. Phoenix. That one's tricky because it's spelled P-H-O-E-N-I-X. But the O isn't actually pronounced. It's just the E. Phoenix. Kentucky. Fading in the ending. Kentucky. Milwaukee. New Jersey. Seattle. Montreal. You hearing those E's? You using them confidently? Okay, good. Because now we're going to put them into some short little phrases. And here's what I want you to do. I'm going to say this phrase. I want you to repeat it after me. And then I want you to try and create a larger phrase out of the couple of words that I'm going to give you here. Ideally, a phrase that you could use today. A phrase that's adapted easily. Police car. And now create a larger phrase with it. Good. 3 times weekly. Good, and now develop a larger phrase with that first thing that comes to your head. Any of these. And now create a larger phrase. Pepsi bottle. And now a larger phrase with Pepsi bottle. Now we're going to put it into some longer phrases. And I'll bet that you know what I want you to do. I want you to listen closely and identify how many E sounds you hear in this. This is how we tune your ears to this sound and we make it familiar to your brain. I'm relieved to see you believe me. 4 E's. I'm relieved to see you believe me. Feel free to get some sleep. We'll be a while. Four E's in that phrase. These 3 are high quality. 3 in that phrase. Never reveal your identity to email scammers. 3 in that phrase. One more phrase for you here. Take a taxi to the city for the best Chinese food. 3 E's in that phrase. And that's the lesson for today, my friend. We don't need to overcomplicate things. It's actually a rather easy sound for you to adapt. You could even say it's easy as pie. But we're not finished with the E yet. There will be another episode coming out on Friday of this week where I'm going to discuss the E sound with you. We're going to put this into a few idiomatic expressions that you could easily apply in the workplace. Whether you're in meetings, making sales, presenting your research, I want you to do it confidently. And so you're going to get the phrases that Americans use to communicate with one another, and you're going to optimize the quality of the sound while you use it. But for now, keep practicing the phrases that we've discussed here today. Feel free to go back in this episode, listen to the phrases that I taught you here today once more, and continue creating more contexts that are going to use them most effectively. Have a good one, folks. Hey, everyone. If you want to use English just as confidently as you use your first language, then check out the free accent training guide that I'm leaving in a YouTube link in the description of this podcast episode. And I'll show you the step-by-step approach that I take all my clients through to learn the American accent without wasting a second of your time.